Think we're live. Hello, Jackson.
Hello.
Your hair looks darker. Did you dye it?
No, it's just dark in here.
Yeah, you literally don't look blonde anymore. You look like you're a brunette. Like you literally look like your
You just
hair's
called me a blonde.
like I'd say you have dirty blonde hair.
Yeah.
Okay, you're dirty blonde. Like maybe a little closer to the brown side. You look like you're like a shade lighter than me right now. Like it's unreal.
Yeah, it's been cloudy.
What does your hair change? Like, is it darker in the winter than it is in the summer? Like, if you're
Yeah,
at the
for
beach,
sure.
like if you spend hell of time at the beach, does your hair turn blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how like my boy Shane's hair. I mean, he's way blonder than you, but like he literally goes from being like kind of like yellow to like white hair. Like he like spends like a couple weeks at the beach.
Yeah, I miss my bleach blonde hair as a baby.
That's my dad had bleach blonde hair, and he has hair my color.
What could have been? It
What could have been exactly? Ooh, what could have been? How was your weekend, bud?
was great. How was yours?
It was fucking awful yesterday, but busy. But yesterday was a shit game. Threw that shit away, ball.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
What would you
Neymar.
think? Yeah, that was so stupid.
I hate the Chiefs winning.
So do you know how weird it was? Everyone from high school was at the Ravens game, and then everyone from college was like posting them boozing at a bar in Kansas
Uh, yeah,
because of
that'll
like,
do it.
yeah, and it was just, yeah, no, I think it was definitely funny, but let's get right into it. Did you watch any basketball this weekend?
All of it.
All of it. All of it. I will admit I did not watch any yesterday. I like caught up, obviously, but no, I didn't. I was a fucking schlub. I was fucking watching football and I was working. And I heard the sarcasm in your voice. What game? I watched Saturday night's games, but nothing. I don't think anything too crazy besides what was the scoring outburst the Friday night? Luca scored. That was Thursday. No, that was a Friday, right? Luca. I gotta.
Oh yeah, because he played Saturday as
Yeah,
well. Yeah, Friday night. Yeah.
Friday night. Friday night.
I
Okay,
was
so
I was at a hockey game and I went to the bathroom and I checked my fantasy team and Luke had like 65 after the third quarter.
you were stoked, I bet.
That was sweet.
So we'll recap that. We saw Luka Doncic. God damn, that felt like it was not the weekend. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like that happened on the weekend. So basically, Luka dropped 73 points, then followed it up with a 28-point loss, right? Didn't they lose to the Kings the following night? I'm trying to see if I freaking did not watch that game. Yeah, they lost to the Kings, but I watched the Luka game, and I thought it was cool because at the same time you had, was it Devin Booker who was going off in the adjacent game? There was
I,
two. Wow. All right. But yeah, so you had Luca hit 73 points versus the Hawks, and I think it was definitely crazy to think about like just the scoring exodus we're having in the NBA right now, as it just seems like people are basically unfreaking stoppable in today's NBA in terms of scoring, or the defense is just that bad. What's your thoughts on this scoring?
PJ Washington had like 43 as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think this is a result of people just fucking sucking at defense, or just the shooting's that good?
Well, PJ is an outlier.
So you got to make it sure that people know that
Well, he's
fucking.
only had like four 20 point games this season. So that's definitely an outlier. But
Yeah, but he was averaging almost 20 last year. Like he was averaging like 16 last year.
yeah, and I mean, he's still probably averaging close to 14 now. But uh, I mean, Luca will do this. Embiid. No, I think when you get hot, you get hot. But I think NBA offense has been figured out, and maybe one day it'll change. It'll change eventually. Get back to defense, most likely.
I mean, I just think
Hopefully.
people are just such good shooters now that it's just so hard to
Well,
like.
in basketball, there's no reason to really. Oh my god, I do this every damn day. I spill my
What?
coffee. My my living room, my dining room table is not. Oh, this is a mess. I gotta do this.
How's your ant problem going? So while Jackson figures that out, I think the defense will never catch up. And as like they've literally made rules so favor the defensive. It's just people don't care about defense as much, but also I think it's just the scoring has gone to a place where it's like really hard for the defense to catch up.
So the
What?
NBA offense is figured out because there's no reason to have a mid-range jump shot anymore.
No, I
The
agree.
the most logical thing is to run and gun 3-point shots
Mm-hmm.
and finish at the rim.
No,
And
completely.
so basketball right now, I think, is as efficient as it can be. And that's why you see all the offenses right now, the ratings are like the best. You'll have like the Kings are the best offense in NBA history, and now the Pacers are the best offense in NBA history. And the game's just changing, and soon it'll adapt. And you'll have these guys like Victor and Chet
You think
come
Vic's just
out.
gonna average 50 one year? Do you think someone's gonna average 40 or 50 one year?
Probably, yeah.
That'd be if
Probably.
someone averaged 40 points a game, I quit. I'd rage quit the NBA.
40 will be nuts. That's what it feels like owning Luca in fantasy this year. I mean, he's averaging probably 35, 36. I bet Joel's right up close to that as well.
Crazy thing about that, Luca's not an MVP candidate.
Wow, really? It's weird.
So far this season, and like he's been like top five, but he hasn't been like a front runner ever.
What are they giving it to Tatum?
No, it's like Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid, the big three.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know if you're a fan of that.
MVP voting doesn't matter anymore. Everybody really got ruined a long time ago.
Wow,
It's okay.
I guess. But let's get into some news. Did you see Ricky Rubio? Something happened on July 30th, but he's going to be joining Barcelona to train. He's not on under contract, but just a little.
Yeah, I'm sick of all this Rubio stuff. Are you
Wow.
coming to the NBA or not? Like, figure it
No, he's
out.
done. He's done.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he's playing for Barcelona?
No, he's just training.
Oh, who
He's not under.
cares?
I care. I care. I care. And clearly you don't.
Oh, good for him.
I think you're a hurtful.
Cavs legend.
He's a depressed guy. Okay.
Why is he
He's a Cavs.
depressed?
All right, let's flip. Let's flip. Let's flip. Let's flip. So right here we got ourselves on the screen, Mr. DeJounte Murray is a was it you who used to say that? DeJounte Murray. It was like Shannon Sharp who would say that. You would do was it you who would do like an impression of Shannon Sharp saying DeJounte Murray, like DeJounte Murray.
I don't know. Maybe I need to start. I don't like Stephen A. I'm not a huge Stephen A. But I guess I wasn't a huge Skip guy.
You're just a Shannon guy.
Yeah, big Shannon guy.
You should. Well, you watch Club Shay Shay?
No,
No. Are the
I
Lakers
like the
chance?
clips that I see. So.
I do. Some of the clips are good. The Lakers' chances of landing DeJounte Murray are unrealistic, according to Mark Stein. Supposedly, there's been little to no trade discussions, as we know that the deal is reportedly centered around D'Angelo Russell, a 2029 first round pick and a future first round pick swap as the base package for Murray. But any deal was contingent on D'Angelo Russell being flipped to a different team, as the Hawks have basically said, nah, we don't really necessarily want D'Lo on the squad. And I've been thinking that it's got to be the Brooklyn Nets, right? Maybe I'm wrong for thinking that it has to be the Brooklyn Nets. But what is your thoughts on this deal potentially being kiboshed? And are you believing that D'Lo will end up? I mean, yeah, D'Lo will end up on the Hawks or a different team. Give me your 50 cents.
I really hope not. Yeah, I really hope not. I don't really know what DeJounte does for me
Oh,
if I have to give up D'Lo.
you're keep the D'Lo camp. You're in the minority.
Yeah, and ever since we started saying that, he's been balling his ass off. I need 3-point shooting. I don't need another primary ball handler.
I
I
get
think they
that.
could look elsewhere.
I think right here when we look at DeJounte, I agree that he's not the defender, but like D'Lo's so inconsistent. DeJounte's just going to give you way more consistency than D'Lo.
Yeah, D'Lo can just really take over a quarter, though. I don't feel the same about DeJounte. I just don't really need it. It's just a trade I don't need. I'm down to. I don't really want the Lakers to trade D'Lo, and it is a little bit biased. So probably not the best person to ask, but
I
no,
think that
no.
mm,
Especially if
mm,
I'm getting guys like AJ Griffin in that deal, I almost said all love to my Duke brother. Lakers trades. Hmm. What trade? I like Sexton. I'd take Sexton and Kellyo. I'd take Andre Drummond and Alex Caruso.
I'm not bringing Drummond back because he was so bad in LA. He was like paying attention more to the crowd than
This is a different Andre Drummond.
this was a different Andre.
And that was a weird time for him in general because he's at that point kind of still like a 15 and 15 type of player.
That's true.
I just need him to come in and fill a Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee role. I don't need anything crazy. I only need the rebounds
But
for
he
the
was
inevitable
so
matchup in the Western Conference Finals against the Denver Nuggets.
that is going to be. I do think size is huge. I think having the
It was the
ability.
motion of the ocean.
It's the motion of the ocean. What does that mean?
Size matters, ladies.
Oh wow, wow.
Ladies. 4 inches is plenty.
It's not about the size; it's how you use it.
Yeah, motion of the ocean.
Yeah. Jackson's all about. Jackson's actually a care, not a. Jackson's a lover, not a fighter. That's what we're learning.
Men are the real true romantics.
Yeah. Jackson's leading that front. It's called Romance by Men.
It's true. Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Men are way more romantic than women.
And you don't think it's romantic to
Neither
bring
here
in
nor there.
DeJounte Murray?
No. Romantic. It'd be a move.
Be a move. All right. So
If they didn't have LeBron or AD, sure. They got LeBron and AD.
Next rumor: Jared Allen's not available in trade talks. There's been this, rumor saying that Jared Allen's, desired by many teams. And we know the man's on the third year of that 5-year, $100 million deal that he signed back in 2021, which just feels like yesterday. But what is your thoughts of Jared Allen? Do you think the Twin Towers should stick together, or would you break up the Twin Towers as they don't look as good as the Minnesota Timberwolves do?
I'm starting to think Evan Mobley is way too overhyped, but
wow.
I mean, they'll have to completely blow up their team eventually when Donovan Mitchell leaves, unless Mobley can take the step, take the leap, or they fill it out in a different way. But I mean, I always talk about the Cats just being an awkward team. Never really seems like it works, but they are on an absolute tear. I assume their winning streak is over currently. Yeah, but what was that, 9 straight wins? I mean, 7. They're on fire right now, and yeah, maybe it has to be DG. I'm not saying I'm gonna give up on Mobley, but I mean this dude hasn't played since December 6th, and they are 11 games above 500. I wonder what the metrics are, but yeah, not ideal.
For me, when I look at Jared Allen, I think though, like if you tell me maybe the problem is Evan Mobley's playing power forward, we needed him to play center. We trade Jared Allen for like Trey Murphy and Jonas Valanciunas, and you reroute Jonas Valanciunas for like DeAndre Hunter or something. I know this is like, but you get what I'm saying?
I don't think the Cavs are in a position to make a move like that. I don't think that that really helps them. And
You don't think that's
I
a
don't think I have enough of DG and Mobley Mob to feel comfortable they're going to get over the hump, but
that's a good
they don't
point.
really have another option because that's their best starting five.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
But
no,
yeah,
that's all.
Mitchell's hooping this year.
Mitchell is hooping. Garland, when he's been out there, has been solid too. Like Garland's always been solid. I've always thought Garland's one of the most underrated guys in the league.
Yeah,
And
something's just got to give, but I don't think that's a this year problem. Who knows? Maybe it's not even going to be a problem. This could all just be a waste of time. I mean, DG also hasn't played since mid-December, and
he's coming back though.
I know, but they just won seven. They've won nine out of their last 10.
You don't sound like you have faith.
I don't have any faith that it's almost as if they're better with Mitchell and Allen.
Well, let's look statistically at what they're doing right now. I think, like, give me 1 second. I'm pulling up StatMuse. The Cavaliers, I still think they're one of the top ranked defenses in the league this year. I could be wrong. Yeah, they're the second best defense in the league, dude. Their net rating seventh with plus 4.2. I mean, their offensive rating with no fucking Garland out there, just Mitchell is 16th. So, like, I mean,
Yeah, but last year they
Mitchell
were
and
like a
Allen
top
have kept.
10. They
Yeah,
were like a top 10 offensive rating team last year.
Mitchell and Allen have kept the team alive. I will say that. All right, and
And Mitchell's having an MVP type season.
yeah, if they were winning a bit more games, I feel like he would be getting MVP recognition. I definitely think he's top 10, but like nobody pays attention to the guys who are.
This is more of a recent. I mean, he's been balling, but this is more of a recent stretch that they've started to get the
Yeah.
wins finally. But let me see what they were last year, because I mean, last year I believe they were also a top offensive rated team. They were the ninth offensive rated team and the number one rated defensive team, and they lost in the first round of the NBA playoffs, and they only won one game. So, but that was the first year of the playoffs for the Cavs. So I guess you got to hope that they learned. But they were fifth worst in scoring last year. Not great, not ideal.
Yeah, it's never ideal. All right. So let me see the last two things. Last trade rumor we'll touch on for you is Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon are reportedly targets for the Rockets. I've said a package. I think it's believed Jayshawn Tate, Jacques Landale, and Victor Oladipo brings you to like, I think it's like 27 million. Would you? And I think you only need. Let's if we go over here, Fanspo. I think the deal we did the other day. I like did this deal on my show. I'm going to find this deal because I know I took a screenshot of it. And
I don't know why Portland's doing that. I'd
well,
love to give up Jayshawn Tate, Jock Landell, and Victor Oladipo for two starting players, but I mean they wouldn't start. But
you don't think that
I
would
have a
ever
feeling
happen?
like no, I don't think. I don't know why they would do that unless they're that desperate. But I don't think they're that desperate.
All right, so it's basically $33 million that's being or $34 million being traded. So if you do Victor Oladipo, Jock Landell, Jayshawn Tate, and I assume they would just want like a first, and you would just maybe send over OKC's or Brooklyn's right here. What you got to just cut. Wait, who needs to cut 2.6? Cut 2.6 from the Rockets. So the Rockets would just literally need to put in one more player in this deal. Who's making who's the most likely player to get traded here? Reggie Bullock, Aaron Holiday, or
Yeah, either or.
What if we do ready?
Oh, they're not doing that.
They're barely playing Tamani Kamara.
It's just starting. I mean, whatever. But yeah,
That's the idea. That's the idea. You get what I'm saying? Would you, if you're a Rockets fan, would you do that even though Robert Williams won't play all season? Would you give up all these guys to get the cap flexibility and get a guy like Brogdon?
no,
Oh,
no.
what would you do?
I think they'd be more likely to just trade for one or the other than both. I mean, I don't really have much interest in Brogdon because I think Alman Thompson is up next, and Cam Whitmore should be probably playing 20 at least a night for the rest of the season. But yeah, I guess if like Jay was in that trade, it's just a move as a biased Alman Thompson supporter that I love, but it that would work. That works. Brogdon works.
No, it makes sense. I get where you're coming from. I just thought Ime Udoka, the connection and all that, it just made sense.
Yeah, that would shock me at all.
And like with how Jock Landale sucked, they could like Robert Williams won't play this year. You get, Robert next year. I just thought it was a good idea because then you have Alpi and Robert, which would be an insane center rotation. Like anytime you need defense, you tell Alpi to play power forward.
Yeah, I do love having Robert Time Lord off the bench would be nice.
So
Yeah.
listen to this. Over the weekend, NBA commissioner finalized a contract extension, and in his priorities, supposedly in that new deal, is that he has to negotiate a new media deal, and that'll focus on the NBA's next priority, which is expansion. And the league's next media deal is to include more partners than the current ones, ESPN/ABC and TNT Sports. Many expect the league to negotiate a streaming service package with either Prime, Netflix, or Apple Plus. In addition, they may have suggested that the deal could run shorter than the usual 9 to 10 year pack that they've done, and that this deal could be as short as 5 years. That would put Silver in place to lead a second set of negotiations for a media rights deal before his upcoming contract extension. What are your thoughts on that? Do you even fucking care?
I think an expansion would be very fun.
What
I'd
about a
go
shorter
Greensboro.
Shut
Shorter
the fuck up.
I'd go Greensboro and Greensville. Uh, what was the second part you said?
So the new media deal is going to be like 5 years, which I think is because we're going into like uncharted territory with like the streaming deals and shit like that. So they're like, hey, so let's do a 5 year deal to see how it all works out. And then like if everything works out like how they expect it, let's do a big old deal afterwards. So you know what I mean? So we can test it and no one gets underpaid or overpaid.
Word. And add on my trust.
That's all you got?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think he looks like a gremlin demon creature, but he does one hell of a job.
He knows how to get those deals done.
He does. Those hard J's, man.
So Zach LaVine won't be playing before the deadline. And Zach LaVine,
I feel like we've done this like 3 times this year with the Bulls. Like LaVine goes down with an injury. It's like, I don't know if we'll see him before deadline, and then like the next Friday night, LaVine's like a game time decision. It's like, oh shit. I'm glad either way. Either way, I hope this means Zach LaVine's staying and we can move forward. And Ayo Dosunmu's been balling. The Bulls have been balling. And Kobe White, Jack, and Cheddar. Future's bright. Let's be buyers. I want to buy. I want to buy. Let's be buyers.
I'm glad you're in the minority.
I think a lot of Bulls fans forgot what it's like from like 2017, what it was like or not 2017, but what it was like watching Isaiah Cannon and
Cristiano Feliciano
and Zipser and Denzel.
You don't even mean Paul Zipser.
I have no faith in this team drafting, no matter who's in charge. I just have no faith in this team's organizational draftability. So let's avoid it. Let's buy now. Let's get back into the playoffs and let's take Milwaukee to 6, man. You never know. Look at Miami next year. You know, players get hurt, teams get injured, teams get decimated. I mean, look at the Bulls when, dare I say it, Derrick Rose, you know,
championship team.
He goes down in the first round and just like that. It's like, oof. Now Philly's got the dub. So let's keep it going. I would hate an expansion team in Vegas. I think that it seems like such a soulless city to me. Just like Miami. I'm just kidding, but as far as sports loyalty goes, like I don't really I'm not a huge I did. I'm not a huge Vegas, which is funny because of my Raiders support. But the Raiders have such a big fan base on the West Coast. So I don't think that's much of a Vegas thing, but you know what? They do care. So maybe I'm completely wrong. Seattle would be sweet. Greensboro would be sweet. Charleston would be sweet.
Let's move over the
Greensville would be sweet. Raleigh would be sweet.
So Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Tyrese, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Shea, Jason Tatum, Nikola Jokic were each named to their respective conference All-Star starters. And with that being said, we know that the rest of the people who are going to potentially be, are you ready?
Wait, did they finally switch it to East to West this year?
Yeah, it's East and West again, baby.
Oh, thank God. See, Adam Silver moves quick.
In your opinion, you got to choose somebody. You got to choose somebody off this list I'm giving you. Domantas Sabonis, Julius Randle, Trae Young, Paulo Banchero, Devin Booker, Alperen Şengün, De'Aaron Fox, Karl-Anthony Towns, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, and Zion Williamson. Which of those players do you think is the most likely to be snubbed from the All-Star team?
Şengün.
I agree with that. I think I agree. I was gonna Şengün. Okay, give me your second one because I feel like Şengün's an obvious answer. Give me who you think is like not an obvious answer.
Şengün.
Huh?
Şengün.
Shut the fuck up.
I feel like those go hand in hand.
Not Şengün. Don't go. No, fuck you. Not Şengün. Give me someone not named Alperen Şengün. Zion Williamson, DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, Cat, De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, Paul Banchero, Trae Young, Julius Randle, Domantas Sabonis. And I know that's why I started repeating it before you said
probably Randle or Harden.
I think Harden because Randle plays in New York and people fucking
New York. I'm just kidding. Fuck LA Clippers. I love the LA Lakers. Wrong LA team. I mean, I don't know. There were 2 Kings players. I'm sure there was another team with 2 players on there, but it feels like one of those Kings guys will get. I actually don't even. I don't watch the Kings much unless they're playing, and they do it a lot. My Lakers, my Warriors, or the Clippers. Those are like the 3 Kings games I watch
a year.
When they play those 3 teams, which is a lot, but. I would imagine one of those because there are 2 players there, but I don't think Zion. I mean, I don't know. As a Zion fantasy owner, I don't really. Cat was so hot to start the season, but
you want to hear what Paulo Banchero's averaging since January 1st?
-5 points.
25, 7, and 6, motherfucker.
Well, good for him.
PJ.
I mean, he probably gets snubbed too.
PJ Washington is the first big in NBA history with 40 plus points and 5 threes off the bench. Cam Thomas
dropped him in fantasy like 4 days ago.
Yeah, Cam Thomas leading the Nets in 30-point games this season.
Nice.
But De'Aaron Fox tied Boogie for the 5th most 30-point games of franchise history.
It's exciting.
Anthony
I have to make an airport run, and these just can't be late for these. Unfortunately, I have to depart.
Oh, you want to do Pearl real quick?
Sure.
Either way, I was planning a short show. We kind of ran through all the topics.
Cam
Damar.
Whitmore. Damn, it's not Cam. Oh, Cam Reddish, West.
No, East.
I really thought that was Cam Whitmore.
It's not in the
Or
center.
at least I'm on.
Who's got hair?
Oh, that's
Who?
that's not Cam Thomas, but it's ooh. Oh. Oh, it's such a familiar face.
Yeah, no.
Is that a Heat? Oh, is that Julius Randle? No. Or not Randle, I meant
Orlando.
it's quickly. No, it's a forward. Oh, nice. Oh, he looks pissed.
He does look pissed. All right.
It's like finally you guys got me on purple.
Well, that's it, guys.
Only took a year and a half.
It did only take a year and a half. What are you doing at the airport?
I gotta drop
Huh?
somebody off. I gotta drop somebody off, but I gotta go change, hit the bathroom, and charge my phone to at least 10%. Otherwise, it could get
No
ugly.
life.
Go life. Go Bulls.